Here we are. Oh, I'm not late today. And I ate my food on time, and I took my vitamins, and I got my shirt, my my drink, and got the things. And there's some things. What are we gonna do today, Becky? I have some itty little details um, to build. I've adjusted my. Okay, hold on. I there. I dusted yesterday, and everything's like off kilter a little, and I didn't notice. Um, so I've been cleaning out my attic. I have so much shit up there. I found a box of my son's things that he didn't know he took up there, and he gave me this. I don't know where he got this. So, how to talk to your cat about gun safety and other issues like abstinence, drugs, Satanism, and other dangers that threaten their own lives. So, I thought reading out of this book today might be interesting for a little bit. Are there any other consequences to premarital sex and my cat should know about? How do you explain premarital sex to your cat? Oh, it's such a lovely book. Do I really need to talk to my cat about abstinence? Persitively, yes. I can't pronounce. So I'm going to leave that right. So we can read it at any point. Here's my new blue mouse. We'll get rid of my keyboard. What are we doing today? Hopefully not making a gigantic mess. I mean, what choice we have? Also, I have no idea what to have for dinner. uh, picture, 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 picture. All right. There we are. All right. So there is a really poor looking picture of my spider butt, but whatever. When I was taking that picture, me and my husband were giggling at each other over something, and I'm trying to balance on my bed to take this picture, and it didn't work out so good. Anyway, we need to cover this bit right here. We need to put some kind of covering right there. And we need to hide this sin right here. Neither of them need to be super involved. So we are going to hide a sin, and we're going to hide this sin. And then in the front, so right here, I need to put some padding. I already cut out the padding. I need to cover it in fabric. So we may do some sewing today. That's it, I think. It is the weather this weekend has been beautiful. I spent all day Saturday. Was it Friday or Saturday? One of the two. Uh, Making concrete cobblestones all day. And I finished almost finished the project. I finished laying all that cobblestones down. You dump a big old cup of cement into the middle of a length of plastic wrap, and then you twist the plastic wrap and you plop it down, and there's your cobblestone. Uh, so right now I bought a hefty roll of plastic wrap, industrial, which means it's thicker. which worked really great to make the cobblestones, but not so great to melt off the plastic wrap. And so each one, I have to take a hot knife and go around the edge of the cobblestone and remove the wrap off the top. So I have maybe a third of my stones left to do that too. Once you get going, it's really fast. I just, it's a lot of bending over and sitting on concrete. And then after that, I go ahead and I use my industrial vac and vacuum up all the dust and whatever got in between the cobblestones. Because one of my trees seeded, and now I have that all in my cobblestones. And then I take some dry concrete mix and brush it into the divots and edges and stuff. And I misspray it like every half an hour for a couple hours. And then we're good to go. So I'm almost done. But my patio looks lovely. I'm very happy. All right, let's make things. Now, also, there's some paper bits I should be using. Yeah, gorgeous weekend. I worked really hard on my yard this weekend. I didn't do anything else. Really. What else did I do? I'm trying to think of what else to bring up. I don't know. I will just open that up. Oh, that's what I need to do. Put on glasses. I'm like, I can't see. So it was getting my patio ready for a party and getting my kid ready to graduate. Told me he wants to move out. I'm like, okay, get a job, move out. And then my mommy heart went, my pig fell down. It like jumped. My pig jumped. Oh, that's because I stuck something under it. Well, we'll just put Piggy right there. So my hand is stiff. Just it'll go away. All right. We'll do the top part first because I need to take this apart a little bit to do the other parts. I have to take it apart anyway to get to the underneath parts. Okay. Let's measure. Six and a half inches. And then we got to make a curve. Thinking of using this. I need to cut this 5 inches. Inches. You know what? It's marked right there. That's special. I kind of want to cut. I wish I was better at cutting this straight. That eye is not. That's pretty. No, I was gonna say that's pretty straight, and it's not. Let's. What happened there? Did I really biff it? I really biffed it, I think. I need a miter box for foam dowels. What I need. I need a miter box for foam dowels. That might work. Can I cut along that and get the angle I need? Can I? I'm gonna find out. I just hold that. I don't think I can. Well, I thought this was a good idea. It still might be. Nope. That was way crooked. Screw it. Am I going to get 5 inches out of this? What is the best way to cut this straight? I don't know. We do it on there and cut it nice and straight. Ooh, we may be able to. Ah, we did. That's square. I'm happy. Five inches. Yeah, close enough. Sweet. I don't know. I have a ruler that this goes on to and it fell off, and I haven't been able to. How do we put that back on? I don't know. All right, we need an inch strippy. Uncle Joe. I have it straight strippy. I have one that's cut fairly straight. These are all very crooked. How to, speaking of boops, how to talk to your cat about gun safety and other topics. Let's read you something. What should I do if I adopt a kitten who was born as the result of premarital sex? Cats are well known for their ability to land on their feet, literally, as well as figuratively. Our research shows that it is not being born from premarital sex itself that disadvantages a kitten toward a life of crime and degeneracy, but rather being raised by a cat of loose morals, as one who engages in premarital sex surely is. I engaged, admit it. Once you've adopted a new kitten, it is now your chance and your responsibility to set that cat on a righteous path. Have your cat start each day with a prayer and meowing the Pledge of Allegiance, and your cat will gain a new and positive Oz outlook on life before you know it. Very good. Okay, we got to cut a strippy that's one by one, I think. Let's try 2 by 1 first. I think. Do I want to wrap the strippy? How do you know? So what are we doing again? I will show you. We're listening to the birds. Those are real birds. If you can hear the birds, that. I have very happy birdies this week. Okay, so we are right here. We're covering this sin right here. You like your sins covered? I know I do. We're covering a sin. Got 2.5. Three inches. Okay. Boop. What else do I gotta look at? Oh, those are very nice chairs. Now I need a I need something to boop with. Do I have a tool? Yeah, that'll do. Was that 3/8 of an inch? Yeah, 3/8. We gotta set the center. 3/8. 3/8. Okay, now we gotta dig a hole. Did I have to say dig a hole? Jeez. Anyway, we need those. This will go through here on a permanent basis. How are we all doing? God, it's a beautiful day. Okay, we need we need to take like Denver's nice. I bet it is. It is absolutely gorgeous here in beautiful northeastern Nevada. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm listening to the birds sing. It is sunny. I think it's like 80 degrees. It will rain today at some point, but right now it is nice. Perfect. Perfect. We need to cut like 1/8 of an inch off this. Okay. So I think what I want to do is put some doohickeys right here. Lift that up a little bit. I know you have no idea what I'm talking about. We're going to put some doohickeys in the doohickeys. I will show you the doohickeys. That is not the right website. All right. Here's the thing. So right here, I'm covering up the sin. Where this line is, I have another hole drilled into the PVC. The legs are held in place by friction fitting, and I made a cotter pin, and it goes through this hunka thing here, and it goes there. So the other holes I'm going to use to hold just a piece to hide my sin, and that should be just fine. I'm going to glue this. Yeah, we're going to glue these. And then we're going to hide this sin right here. Just making little bits to hide sins, I think. I'm gonna put my glue right here. Which side have I got a glue on? Okay, the long side. Okay, we gotta put the glue on this side. We'll build some fancy looking parts. So last night I started watching Fatal Attraction. And I didn't think I'd ever have a crush on anyone who ever starred in Dawson's Creek, but goddamn I do. My man is sexy. Fatal Attraction was the most 80s movie that ever 80s. It really was something. Oh, I'm wearing my where I God damn. Wake up, Becky. I'm wearing my wedding ring today. I'm gonna take that off so I don't ruin it. Um, it's not often I wear it. I don't remember why I put it on this morning. But I'm going to take off my wedding ring to talk about Fatal Attraction. As you do. You know, that's apropos. Do we have a picture of the new Fatal Attraction people? I will use this picture. Open image in new tab. So, you know, these two did hot stuff and everyone was hot for them. But, why, we're only looking like half his face. I want to chew on his face parts. I do. I want to go, nyeh, nyeh. That's sexy, no? All right, fine, fine. So I'm in 2 episodes, and she's just given us a hint that she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Um, Attraction a book? Was that based on a book? Oh, it was based on a short film. Yeah, fling. I don't remember one either. What year was that movie first made? 87. Yeah, it's the most 80s movie that ever 80'd, I'd swear. Maybe I should watch the original. The new version, like I said, sexy. And all the okay, so the Dan Gallagher character is very witty and charming, and everyone in his office, he's a lawyer, but he is a public attorney, so we'll forgive him. Um, Everyone is very charming, and all his friends have charming dialogue. You know, the dialogue is just, I don't know. Somebody wrote their senior writing thesis and rewrote the dialogue. It's very well delivered. It's all very pithy. In fact, the fact that I use the word pithy just tells you how affected I am by that dialogue. Where did I put the other one? Right there. So this needs to be bent. So we may have to heat that so we can bend it. That's probably a good idea. All right, we're gonna put a little. Gotta make some marks. Do I have? You got bumped. That's what happened in Fatal Attraction. All my strippies just terrible looking strippies. I think they are. So yeah, Fatal Attraction is on Paramount, I think, streaming on Paramount. It and it's very sexy. And now I need a Glenn Close poodle perm. I did have a poodle perm back in, was that 87? 88? I did. I had a poodle perm. My hair was very short at the time. And my mom thought it'd be a great idea if we all got poodle perms. And so she went and scheduled my sister and I poodle perms. and it was awful. And the perm burnt my head, and I will never get a perm ever again. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Although my hair has, as I've aged, gone all the more naturally curly, and I have no idea how to style it. I really don't know. Not like I was into styling hair in the first place. I think maybe I'll go get me a Glen Close poodle perm, and that's what I want. I'll ignore you if I fucking want to, Uncle Joe. You would not be ignored. Well, screw you. Or maybe not. It is Fatal Attraction. Oh, now I want to watch. What was the one with Sharon Stone? I'm gonna do a crotch shot here in a minute. See if I don't. Yeah, that came out my senior year of high school. Well, that's not thick enough. And then the night let's see, I spent the morning of my high school graduation with my boyfriend, now husband. We did some stuff. Never mind. And this is not right. I need thicker dowels. Where's my dowels? I'm out of foam dowels. I swear to God. I thought I had a bunch more. Put them all in here. I don't think I have any more that size. And so I graduated high school, and then, I was thinking about going to the senior party, right? And then I'm like, you know what? I have the night off work, and I am tired. And so me and my little sister went to the local grocery store where I also worked. And I think that I want that. We don't have to do it even on both sides. Um, Went to the local grocery store where I also worked. We rented Basic Instinct, watched it. I think after we went out to dinner and then we watched Basic Instinct, and by 10 o'clock I was asleep. That's my night. That's my story of partying the night I graduated high school. We're like, well, that was a pretty good movie, maybe. I'm to graduate high school and then do absolutely nothing. Now I gotta figure out where to watch. Well, I gotta catch up on Sweet Tooth. I enjoyed the first season of that, although I don't remember anything about it now. So I remember I liked it very much. And there's a whole bunch of stuff on Disney I could watch. Now what I'm gonna look at. I don't know. I have to factory reset my phone. Uh, it keeps telling me I'm out of space on my phone, and so I've taken off apps that I use rarely and some other things, and it keeps telling me I have a bunch of stuff in this other category of my files, and I'm like, I don't know what more you want me to do. I think Samsung is telling me to buy a new phone. What did I? Nothing. I didn't. Yeah. Samsung's telling me to buy a new phone. And I'm like, I think I'll just factory reset my phone. I even put it into developer mode or whatever they call it and moved a whole bunch of apps that say they're supposed to be on the internal the phone memory rather than my card. I I forced it to go to card and it's still doing bullshit. So I'm gonna factory reset it. Uh, I don't know if that's a good idea yet, but it keeps on telling me I have no memory. I'm like, I don't. I had a lot more apps on at once, and it was fine. So what the hell? I haven't had that phone that long. It's not old, and I don't use my phone as much as other people use their phones. Um, so what the hell? Ooh, I like that. If I could break it so I could move Facebook to my card, it won't let me do that one. So I took TikTok off my phone. I took a few other things off my phone so I could figure that shit out. I like my phone. It's nice. I've got a hardware problem. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm going to, and then I have to call the company and get it unlocked. They, I just barely missed the unlock date. It's locked. Or they shouldn't have sold it to me locked. How about that? I measured that just right. It shouldn't do that. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, that is just right. Okay. Let's do the other side. That should do. I think. Need a whiter stripping on that. No. My tips on cutting chiffon. Okay. First thing I would do is if you can at all iron it where you're cutting it, if you can go through and just give it a good iron with starch, that'll help your cutting a lot. So if you're cutting like a hem, just go ahead and spray starch it and iron it. That should give it. You've never used starch? Okay, go to the grocery store. Starching a fabric when you're sewing it, even if you don't intend for it to stay starched, just helps with the whole process. So, uh, I'm just wondering if you might have anything at home that could take the place of a spray starch. Spray starch not expensive. Um, all right. Oh, that's heavy starch. You don't want that. Why is it showing me heavy? You don't want heavy spray starch? Oh well. It won't matter. I just want to show you a picture. Um, this is Faultless spray starch. There's two brands, Faultless and Niagara. They're both fine. They also come in a spray bottle like that. Whatever you're comfortable with, just give it a spray, let it soak into the fabric, iron it. That should help with a lot of body in cutting the hem. Uh, your father-in-law likes starch on his dress. Yeah, my mom starches everything. I do not, but it helps when you're sewing. So that's my first tip is to spray starch it. What is the next tip, Becky? Are you cutting like straight lines that will help prevent shifting? Yeah, starch will help. If you're, are you putting like pattern pieces on top of the chiffon? Is that what you're doing? What? How are you cutting? Because sometimes that matters. You're cutting a pattern piece. Um, like with tissue paper. If you can at all, yeah, starch is your best bet. You can put some tissue paper or tissue paper, paper towel, something like that. Put that under your fabric, pin your pattern piece on top, and cut through all three layers or two layers. So you cut through tissue paper or newsprint will work. Okay, so put your paper down on top, put your paper down, put your fabric down on that, pin your pattern piece on top of that. So you pin through both layers of the paper and then you cut. That should help with shifting. My first inclination is starch. You can use hairspray. Well, no, don't use hairspray. Never mind. If your chiffon is at all, yeah, don't use hairspray. Never mind. Don't do that. Well, I mean, if it's shifting, if you're on a table, weights are fine to keep. You know, you have to lift up a little bit to cut. And I don't like cutting with. I don't like to use a rolling cutter at Carazoro to cut my patterns. People like it. I don't like it. But if you don't have pattern weights, you can just use canned foods. Your rolling cutter is always dull in one spot, which is not great for chiffon. No. A lot of those lightweight fabrics, you will avoid any ills just by starching it. I get out cans of chili. But it shifts because it's slippery, and so anything you can do to mitigate it being slippery, not just lightweight but slippery, is useful. So cutting between two pieces of paper, tissue paper, works nice. I'll even do that when I'm hemming the shit. Yeah, starch is not expensive. It's when you're sewing on some things, it's nice to have. At the very least, we're not like our grandmas having to boil potatoes and then use the potato water as the starch for your clothes. I can't imagine that would smell very good. Or rice water. I mean, our clothes all have some amount of polyester in them these days, or acrylic, and so it doesn't wrinkle like it used to. But more and more, we're getting all cotton clothes, so we wrinkle a little bit. I have not started on your button. I admit it. We're getting there. I did so much work this weekend. I did so much work. We're getting there. I poured much concrete this weekend, and I thought for sure when I got done, I thought for sure that I'd be hobbling around and sore, but the next day I felt really good. So yeah, good. I may use all of them. I may use one. I don't know. I'm gonna look at it. I did look at them. I haven't come up with a good story yet. It'll get there. I promise. Stay flow starch. See, this is liquid starch, and so if you do like a whole bunch of clothes that need starching, you you put this in the rinse cycle. When you're done, you put like I don't know how much you put in the rinse cycle. You put in the rinse cycle, and it gets all the starch all over your clothes, and then you iron them. This stuff, Stay Flow liquid starch, if you're living in an apartment and you want to like put some kind of uh, if you want to put like some kind of decorative wallpaper on your walls, if you go to the store and you buy cheap sheets or used fabric or dollar yard fabric, and you put it in you put it in the starch like this, pure starch, and then hang it up and smooth out the wrinkles. It'll stay on your wall, and then you can take it off and wash it off at the end of whenever you're living there. Oh, where'd my Twitch go? I turned it off. I once had a landlord just upset at me because I put decorations, I stuck decorations on the wall. I stuck, well, it was the 90s and everyone had wallpaper borders up along, that was cute. I wanted some wallpaper borders, so I bought some contact paper and up it went. It's like, I can't believe you did that. And I'm like, it comes right off. I wouldn't ruin your walls. Oh, the rain clouds are coming. Where'd I put my pokies? There's my pokies. Hey there. Okay, now we can hide some sins. I'm gonna make a pattern. I need white paper. Am I out of white paper in here? No, I'm not. Good. Take that off again. Up. Come on out. I drilled those holes good. They're tight. That's good. No. I got mad at a dude on Twitter. I need to quit Twitter. He was telling women to stick in their lane and basically, wear a dress and carry around fat babies and wait for their husbands to get home and have a smile on their face. It's not a terrible thing. I told him that my husband's going to cook today and I'm going to pour concrete. And I'm going to do this today. I should have marked the center line on this. Well, poop. I didn't. Oh, I already have one out. Also, I'm going to go to Target and buy me a swimsuit that tucks. Why? Because I can. You spent 3 days installing a faucet? Why would that take 3 days? What program do I use for my buttons? I usually, you can find online generators that will turn GIFs to MP4s. And then I put them in. I have 2 movie making programs. One is an AVS 8 called AVS Video Editor. It is super old. It's an old program. I've had it a long time. But I like it because it's easy. It's not fancy. And that means that I can easily put things together because it's not fancy. It's easy to figure out what clip starts where and how long the clip is, and it's not fancy. And then sometimes I do have Adobe Premiere Movie, which I was making some other things with a while ago. I really like that program. It's more fancy though. I don't have anything fancy, but the AVS is usually what I make the buttons out of. That's why they tend to look a little clunky, and I kind of like that because it is an old program. I keep going back to Twitch on my browser, and I closed it on my browser. I'm like, where's my chat? I don't know. So we'll go find it. Oh, you replaced leaky water lines. It leaked worse. Oh no, I had a thread sealer. Leaked worse after thread sealer. Leaked worse. Replace the faucet. Drain poured water. Still leak. Wow. Why are you so leaky? Okay, so what happens with Stream Deck? Okay. Let's see if I can show what happens on Stream Deck. I'm not sure I can. Let's see. I will show you the Stream Deck thing. Let's see if we can bring that up on the screen. And let's see if my OBS will show you that. So on OBS, you can add a bunch of sources. So on my OBS, I add a media source to my scene. So the media source links to whatever folder I keep the little MP4s in. So I add a media source. So I have the media source locked, and then I have it, there's a little eyeball next to it. I have the eyeball turned off. So it starts locked, so I can't move it around, and off. Let's see if we can bring this up on the screen. Because my window capture's on. Oh, I can bring up the Stream Deck. Nice. Okay, so there's my window capture. Can we move that over so you guys can see it? I don't know. Because that's not in a good spot, is it? unlock that and just move it over. Okay. Remind me to move that back at some point, or we'll move it back. So there is my Stream Deck. Let's make that bigger so you can see. There's my Stream Deck program. This doesn't have to be on while I'm using it, but this tells me how to go ahead and program it. So there's the top of my Stream Deck. Here's Mr. Clean. So this is my gift GIFs. Everyone gets a gift GIF. I should rename that. I go there and I hit that button, and then there's everyone. There's the next page. There's the next page, and they're all in alphabetical order. So if we go to Anime Boy Stars button, if I click that, it should say Anime Boy Stars right there, and it doesn't. Does the art button do that? Okay, let's try the art button. Here's art buttons, and it'll say, so it says art, and it says art right there. That's the off position. That's the on position. And so when I've pushed it, well, that's the on position. When I've pushed it on, when I've pushed it to the on position, the picture goes bye-bye and I know it's on. And then when it's in the off position, I have the picture. And then, so there's my scene. So this is the scene that's on now, and the source is the art button. And so that when I push that, where does it say this on the... So source visibility or media source control, any number of those will do it. This is called source visibility. So to make a new button, I will add source visibility right there. Make sure it starts on the off position. Add a title. And then it will point to the source of that little GIF. I don't know. Are you following along? Anyway, it just turns on and off my media source. That's it. That's all it does. I don't use my Stream Deck near to capacity. So if I name this, if I name that Bunny Co, it should... Oh, it gave the name of the source. Oh, that's new. Okay. Because I would like it to be titled. Anyway, we can get rid of that. It updated like a couple days ago, so I don't know how it updated, but that's fine. Yeah, it just turns on and off my source. I wish I could show you the OBS screen. You think I can do that? Can I show you the OBS screen? No, it won't let me do that. We got to refigure my Twitch, my window capture anyway, and put it back where it went. Because I moved it around. There's an inception going on. I do like to show you what's going on my screen. And then we'll lock that back in place. I wonder if I can show you a picture of the sources. Since I can't show you on my screen. La, 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 la. Anyone got pictures of sources? No? Screw it. Maybe I'll make a video. I don't use the Stream Deck near to capacity. It does really cool stuff. And I don't use it enough. Rain clouds coming. Well, let's see if I can get a picture of. Hold on a minute. Okay. I'm going to use my clippy tool, my snippy tool. Oh, that's nice. All right. Copy. I'll shove this in my messenger because that's sometimes the best way to do it. And we'll make that nice and big on the screen. All right. So each of these is a media source. So each of these is a little MP4 that I have linked to as a media source on my OBS. So if I push the add button, it gives me a list of things I can do. The buttons are all media sources. And I have a folder of the buttons in my files. And so I link back to this folder and the buttons. So each one of these is I put into place and I lock it, and then I turn it off. This eyeball means off. And all the button does is turn this eyeball on so you can see it. That's all it does. The button turns the eyeball on. Let's show you something else, what happens when I turn a button on. So we will turn a button on. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Let's take another picture. New. Copy. This is a really backward way on how to use OBS. That's all right. I'll send it to myself. All right. So this is I've done it. This is the details on each media source. So it'll tell me, it's a local file. Here's where the file is located. So this is on my desktop, in my stuff, in my Going Ape stuff, in my OBS files. Anyway, it's clear in there. I choose to turn off the looping function so it plays once. It doesn't loop, but you can get it to loop. When the source becomes active, I have it set to start at the beginning and show nothing when playback ends. I can do something different. I can have it at different speeds. Anyway, that's how it, this is the media source details button, and that's how I add the source. And where's my other picture? So here's my other picture. You can see all my sources are blue. You can change the colors of certain aspects of your OBS. So all my media sources are blue. If I scroll down to my cameras are a different color. So that's how I keep that organized. I don't know that. So all the button does, all it does is when I go to the button, it turns on a source, turns on the source, turns off the source. That's it. It makes it visible, makes it invisible. I have one button that's never been played. Somebody gave someone a button and he showed up for like a week of streams and never came back. So some of these I'm going to have to put, I don't know, I may have to put them in a different sheet. Hello? Hello? What do you want?
I've got an office party to go to tonight, and I would like to know what the rules should be.
What? What do you mean the rules for your office party?
Well, like when you told me when I go to meet Ted that I shouldn't help his late.
Well, that's different than an office party.
Well, yeah, but I thought you might have some ideas, good rules for an individual who doesn't go out and socialize like me.
Don't talk about hemorrhoids.
Why would I want to do that? That sounds nasty.
So they invite me to my husband's faculty parties because they will give me liquor, and then I start talking about my butthole for some reason. So don't do that.
The guy who isn't going to be there tonight.
What?
The guy who likes to do that isn't going to be there tonight.
So don't replace that for him. Let him have that. I don't leave enough room for the Holy Ghost between people.
What's a Holy Ghost? Is this ghost full of holes or something?
So in Utah, and I've heard this in other religious places, when you're at a social function, that means don't stand so close to me, especially if you like me, because you got to leave some room for the Holy Ghost.
And what about Jesus?
Well, if you want to stick Jesus in there, you can. Becky asked me about my butthole. Well, yeah, you can ask me about my butthole. More tips.
What if there isn't any dancing?
Well, it's an office party, so I mean, you would be like talking to people, right? You would be socializing and mingling. Yeah.
I'm the only member of my team that's going to be there.
So, that doesn't mean you have to stand like so close to somebody that they're uncomfortable. I don't know. I don't socialize good.
You seem to socialize better than I do.
Well,
when I walk in everything's in my pants.
Yeah, I would leave that off. Stay quiet and listen to people, but don't stare at them funny.
So you're saying I need to take my pants off before I walk in?
That's probably not a good idea. Keep your pants on. Stop putting things in your pants. Don't talk about your pants. Unless somebody asks you about your pants. Like if somebody says, hey, those are nice pants, where'd you get them? Then talk about your pants, but don't say what's in your pants.
So I can't tell them my wallet's in my pants.
Well, most people assume that you keep your wallet or other things in your pockets. So there's, you can take out your wallet and say, look at my wallet. And if it says bad motherfucker on it, then you're the coolest guy in the room.
Sorry, I'm no Sam Jackson.
Just go up to people and say, "Hi, I'm Krim." Shake hands. I work in this section of the store. Please come visit me. I'm lonely. No? All right, that's not good. I don't know. How do you socialize in Texas? You guys are weird.
Bang bang pew pew. Bang bang bang. Pew pew
Yeah,
pew.
okay. Then you go up to your coworkers and say, "Hi, I'm Krim. I don't own a gun. Hey, what gun should I buy for my very first gun?" And then that's the socializing.
You think I should ask about colors for a gun?
Yeah, ask
Yep.
about colors. Say, should I get an ammo gun, or do I want to get a Rambo black gun? Or they sell pink guns. Should I get a pink? No, don't do that. um, go to the store and buy this and start reading just like karaoke. I don't know. I'm hanging up.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Does that none of that makes you figured it out? Um, what have we got? See, Crim button. See, I push. Here's the Stream Deck. This button right here says Crim on it. It has Crim's face. Ask me about my pea shooter. Your pea shooter. Fuck. Your pea shooter will not be ignored, Joe. Okay. It's triggering when you switch scenes. What do you mean? Did you add the sources to all your scenes? I'm not sure how it does that. Okay, so this is the Crim button. I push it, it turns on the button. It turns on the video.
Mission
Starts at the
accepted.
beginning. Ask me about my woman's penis. Well, that's why they're selling those swimsuits at Target now. Oh yeah, that's not okay. Why sometimes when it adds a source. Okay. Let me go back to my video or my pictures here. Hold on. Hold on. It should only have it on one source. Let me see if I got another picture. Like if I add a source, if I go, I'm wondering why it's adding it to all your sources and not just, or all your scenes. Why it's adding it to all your scenes and not just one scene. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. Cancel. Because if I switch to, let's put up my see you later screen because you can still hear my, if I switch to this screen, I've got three sources. I have the text in the background and the mic. Turn off text, turn on text. Turn off background, turn on background. So I don't know why it would put everything on your other. You see, and now it's playing because I haven't turned off the button yet, so it automatically plays. You added a clip source to the scene. I don't see clips. What is this? So I'm not the best in the world at running my OBS. Oh, clips is what you titled the source. So you want to make sure that source is off until you actually hit, you do something to turn it on. So you want to make sure that's off until you do something to turn it on. But I don't know why it's adding it to every scene. How do you turn it off? Okay, let's go back to the button. Let's go back to. All right, so there's a list of my media sources and their names. There's an eyeball right here. You can click that. You can, when the eyeball's lit up without the slash through it, that means it's on. When it's muted with the slash through it, it means it's off. So just click the eyeball. It turns it off and on. This lock means that wherever I've put the media source, unless I unlock it, it's there. So I don't mistakenly move it around. It's sized where I want it and it's there. So then I lock it. Our curve is not quite what I want. And my Stream Deck is an older model. I got it for Christmas. My kid gave it to me for Christmas. It was a very nice present. Yeah, you have to press it again to turn it off. So when I go to my Stream Deck here, let's turn on Dame's button. It will play.
D'accord.
And then to turn it back off, I do have to manually turn the button off. Which is why when the buttons are in the off position, there's a picture of whose ever button it is, and when I turn it on the on position, it goes to a general.
Oui, d'accord.
It changes pictures. I don't know how useful I was, but we tried. That's why my husband's a teacher and I am not. Oh, where'd my paper go? It fell down. I mean, you heard how good I taught Krim how to socialize. I don't know how to socialize. I learned it through customer service because I was a checker at a grocery store for many years. And so you learn the small talk, and you don't ask the old lady why the sore on her face is weeping. You don't do that. That's rude. But I mean, I once met somebody at a party who I think they took a class on how to socialize. I don't know. But they had like this prepared list of questions that they had. It was obviously very practiced, and they practiced it because I'm sure they were a little bit autistic. We're all sitting around being nerdy, not knowing how to talk, and they were so good at it, and they had practiced so much that the night was very entertaining for all of us. And I'm like, how did you do that? I don't know. I don't know. It was they did, what do you like to do? You know, that sort of thing. And then but the questions they asked after that were, and I wish I remembered their names. Probably could ask another friend. Of course, you could always wear a T-shirt that says "Ask me about my butthole." What movie is that from? I forgot, Art. Isn't that from a movie? I think that's an excellent icebreaker that you should do that. Also, where's my glasses? You don't, you know, you could drink 2% if you wanted to. Really could. That's the top. Where's my little ruler? You know, at functions, somebody always says, "Well, what do you do?" And I'm like, "I cosplay," and then I will talk my full head off, and then their eyes glaze over, and then I know I'm done. Trying to decide if that's what I want here. So we gotta curve that. Yeah, but did he bug you the rest of the night, or did you want him to bug you? Man, there goes my free drinks. I don't know. I can't talk about sports. I don't know a damn thing about sports. All right, where's my little knife? Did I get it out? All right, who's that from? I ain't looking at TikToks. I took it off my phone. What's funny is I looked at my TikTok last night on my PC, and I have like 20 new followers. And I'm like, how'd this happen? Are they from Montana? I don't know. Because I haven't made a video in forever. How do I talk about how do I talk to my Gundams about gun safety? Well, let's figure this out. Because I'm sure kittens and Gundams are about the same, right? Do I need to talk to my cat, aka Gundam, about gun safety? The first question many of you will be asking is, do I really need to teach my cat about gun safety? The answer is an unequivocal yes. The Constitution of the United States of America guarantees us the right to own and operate firearms, and that is a right we must exercise in order to keep our country healthy. Do cats really play with guns? Yes, absolutely yes. So my cat finds a gun. What's the big deal? Is it safe to own a gun if I have cats in my house? I'm responsible with my gun. Why should I bother to teach my cat about gun safety? You always keep your guns unloaded when not in use. They are stored in a secured gun safe that only you have the key to. You even have trigger locks. Surely, with all these precautions, you don't need to talk to your cat about responsible firearm usage. Wrong! Dead wrong! Even if you keep your firearms secure, that doesn't mean your cat won't encounter one elsewhere. Advice from our experts. All the guns in the world won't do your cat a lick of good if he doesn't have the ammunition to back them up. Wrapping your cat in a bandolier will help ensure he's ready for trouble wherever he goes. There you go. I don't know. Did I answer your question? And a box of my oldest kid's stuff in the attic. And I'm like, you want me to send you any of this shit? He's like, no. I'm like, what do I do with your shit then? Why do cats use drugs? And this is some of his shit. How easy is it to become addicted to catnip? Do I really need to talk to my cat about preparing for the collapse of civilization? I think I got all my stuff from my parents' house years and years ago. You know how it is. Now my parents are in the time of their lives where they want to give me all their shit. And I don't want their shit. My mom gave me a big old area rug because she'd had it in her house for many years. Uh, I did not want her area rug. But I did put it in my house for a little while. You have nowhere for it to go in your tiny home. Well, then keep it in your house. I don't know if my attic is considered an attic. It's definitely an attic. It's a space under the eaves of my house. I'm trying to decide if this is what I want. Ducky goes through the hole. That is definitely not what I want. It doesn't curve. Well, that is definitely the wrong shape. But I cut it the right shape. All right, do we need to cut just a little off of it? I think so. When my kid moved, he thought I was going to go in there in his room and help him pack. And I'm like, that's not my job. I'm not helping you pack. You pack. And he totally spaced off packing and packed some stuff and left a lot of stuff. And then I've been gradually sending his stuff because I don't want his stuff. My other son, have a nice meeting. My other son has cleaned his room to reflect his more adult tastes, which I am in favor of, and he's done it all by himself, and an adult, he should do that. And he gave me these. So these I bought at one of the Comic Cons because it was funny. It was the last day of the con, and the booth selling these. That doesn't even have the price. Okay, that one says 20. Did I pay the $20 for these? No. The booth selling these did not want to take them back with them, so I paid a lot less. And I bought like 3 of them. So this one, I think this one belonged. Yeah, I don't know. They were my son's. And we bought them as a joke. But this is resin mugs, resin goblets. I mean, you can drink out of them, but don't put them in the dishwasher. And so when my son cleaned his room to reflect a more adult aesthetic, he said he gave these to me and said, "What do I do with them?" And I'm like, "The hell if I know. I don't know what to do with them." I think I paid $3 a piece for them. I bought one for my husband that had eagles and the American flag on it, and because he was teaching American history that year, and I just thought it was hilarious that he had a pimp cup, a teaching pimp cup, and I really regret not going to John Cleese's table because he was at the con that year and having him sign the chalice. I really should have had him sign the Holy Grail, the history teaching Holy Grail, and I didn't, and I regret that. I regret it. So, what do I do with these? Do I stick it on Facebook Marketplace and say, $3 a piece, come get them? Not microwave safe, not good for kids. I don't know. That is not working. What shape do I put in there that's going to work? I'm not working, my people. My brain turned off. I want right there. Maybe. It doesn't look right. It's cutting shit off, is what it is. I gotta think. Your Cabbage Patch Kids collection and your Littlest Pet Shop and your 101 Dalmatian Lion King collectibles. So my kid also gave me some pop figures. So he got these. For Christmas. We all agreed that we'd subscribe to Nerd Block, and so it would come with a pop figure. This one turns out it's worth about $40. So let's play the button.
Squirt, 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 squirt. It's 4:30. Time for milk.
Then I got another one that's worth about $60.
First squirt.
So I'm like, well, I'm putting those on eBay, see if we can sell them. Himbo, you want some shit? Do with these? You know, these are kind of heavy. I wonder how much it would cost to ship them. No, you don't want any shit? Okay. I mean, it's not every day that somebody offers you some shit. You have too much. I know. I have too much shit. I mean, look at this shit. I don't want this shit. Let's read a passage for Himbo. How to talk to your cat about abstinence. See, look, and that's seriously the page I turned to. My brain's not working. Himbo, why not? Do I really need to talk to my cat about abstinence? Positively, yes. At no other point in history have America's cats and kittens been so bombarded with sexualized imagery and permissive messages. From the pro-sex lyrics of pop music to the kitty porn sites on the internet featuring cats licking themselves. Regular talks with your cat about the importance of abstinence are the best way you can keep them healthy and safe while preparing them for the challenges ahead. Why is abstinence-based sex education the best option for my cat? Under what circumstances is it okay for my cat to be having sex? I don't know. I'm not reading that part. It seems obvious, but one of the best ways to ensure that your kitten doesn't engage in premarital sex is to get them married before they become sexually active. Not only will it help ensure that your kitten doesn't engage in sinful behavior, but they will also look extra adorable in their little wedding outfit. Oh, my brain farted. We need pens. Hey, Dorothy. What did you walk in on? Me having a little brain fart. You like those? No? All right. So we've been going through my house because we have too much shit. Doesn't This is some of my son's shit. He has a book called How to Talk to Your Cat About Gun Safety and Abstinence, Drugs, Satanism, and Other Dangers That Threaten Their 9 Lives. So we're just having a little reading. What's this chapter? Oh, this is a good one. How to talk to your cat about post-apocalyptic survival. Also, I bought these for my kids as a joke, and now I have no idea what to do with them anymore. We're gonna sell my cups. Do I need to talk to my cat about puberty? Do I need to talk to my cat about evolution? Do I need to talk to my cat about online safety? Yes, 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 and yes. Actually, that's all right. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. I gotta look at it from the back. We gotta make a mark, though. Where's my pen? There it is. All right, I think I've got it. I have this shit. I have no idea what to do with this shit. The Ultra Removable Bumper Sticker. Strong on, easy off. Wow. What do I do with this shit? Anyone want this shit? Maybe I just put a whole bunch of stuff in a box and entitle it Random Nerd Shit. And then